Hi everyone, this is an introduction to OneNote for the Mac. Now when you open up OneNote, you will notice that it's actually a little bit different than the version that you'll see on the Windows 8 version on the Surface tablets. This one is a bit more basic. It doesn't have all the tools. It doesn't allow you to draw right in the app, but I'll show you a way around it. But it is still a very good tool for teachers. It's great for organization, it's great for planning, and so on. So I'm going to start by creating a new notebook. And so on the left over here, you'll notice that I have some courses. So I'm going to create a new notebook for here, and I'll go with teal, and I'll call this notebook Science 9. And I now have the Science 9 notebook. The way that OneNote for the Mac works is that it will have a default notebook. So sometimes when you copy and paste things, it may go directly into the default one. So if there's one that you use more often than not, then you want to drag it by clicking and dragging, drag it to the top, and there's my default notebook. So now I'm going to name my sections, and the way that I'd like to organize it is I'm actually going to name a section for each block that I teach. So if I double tap here, this is for my 1-1 period, my period 1-3, and then my third block for my second day 2-4. What I often like to have is a teacher's notes page. So I make reminders to myself as we go throughout the year, anything that comes up. What I'd like to add is a course outline. So this page I will call the course outline. Now I'm going to import my course outline from a document. And there's several ways I can do this. Because it's a Microsoft Office product, it works really well with other Microsoft Office products. There are several ways that you can import a file into OneNote. One way can be to print out off a document from wherever you are. So for example, if you're in Word, you can print it to OneNote and the printout will show up on the page that you would like it to show up on. I'm going to look at two ways of copying and pasting into OneNote. Now I'll start with the more traditional way of just copy and paste. So if I go to my Word file, and here is the course outline that I like to copy, I will start and select all, and then copy, and then moving over to OneNote, paste, and now my course outline's been copied directly onto this page. And the great thing is that the formatting has remained the same. Now there could be times that you don't actually want the whole printout. You just want the file to be able to look at, know where it is, but not want the printout. The way you can do this is we can attach the file through here and then just insert it, or we can go to our desktop here, and if I drag the file over my OneNote icon here for a few seconds, it opens up OneNote, and then I can click and drag, and now it's placed it as an attachment. So in the future, if I want to see what the file is, all I need to do is double click on the file and it opens it up for me. The same can be done with PDFs. I can attach the file above, or I can go to my desktop and drag it over the OneNote icon and click. Now the difference with PDFs is it lets me attach a file like I did with my Word document, or it'll actually print it out. And here we have the file printed out. Now, in terms of copying and pasting images, you can just insert your picture from files from your pictures that you may have. Or we may get things from the internet. And so now what I'm going to do is double click, drag and drop to OneNote, hold it over the OneNote icon for a minute, and then pull it over into the OneNote and then click. And so here we've copied an image directly into OneNote. Now there are other ways that we can copy and paste, but one tool that really comes in handy with OneNote is actually copying and pasting an entire website. It doesn't natively happen with the OneNote app, so actually what we will need to do is we need to go to the OneNote website. When you go to the OneNote website, there is something here that says the clipper, and so we're going to get the clipper. And we need to get it now, and what it does is it adds a little app to your bookmark bar here, and so you would click and drag it onto your bar, and now it won't work for me because I've already added it to my bar. And once you do that, it will ask you to log into Office. Once you've done that, anytime you find a page, something that you want to record, we can click to OneNote and set the location that you want it in, so both the notebook and the page, and we do clip, and there's our web page. I mentioned earlier about being able to draw in OneNote. There's a really good app called Sketchbook, which you can get for free from the App Store. When we get here, it looks something like this. It has some basic tools, and you can use your finger to draw on the trackpad. So you have the ink, and so if I click and drag, it's like that. So now if I go to select all and copy, going back to OneNote here, if I right click and paste, and there's my image. Once you've finished, now you have the option to share it or export it to a different format. So if I go back to my original document here, my course outline that I imported from the Word file, now to share, I can send it as an email, and you can send it as a message, but I recommend as a PDF, and that way it'll maintain the format for all your students, and you know that it will look like the way it should look like. You can also save it as a PDF file. Well, this brings us to the end of the screencast. I hope you found it useful, and thank you for watching.